all about 5G one way or the other. We've seen 5G on products, we've seen 5G SIMs, we've seen 5G smartphones, we've seen 5G technology. 5G technology is getting more like in the mainstream right now. But let us think about it. Do we really need 5G? I've talked about this in a previous video, in my earlier videos. Do we actually need 5G, or is 5G just a gimmick that people are just using to brand products? Because that is what it looks like, more like to me. So I just want us to think about it. 5G is something, it's like a promise. It's like making a promise when the situation is wrong. Yeah. Like saying you buy a car for somebody when the person doesn't have a leg to drive the car, and you are not going to provide a driver for the person. Something like that. That's what it actually means. So let us just look at a few things on how 5G is good, but it is not actually what you actually think it is. First of all, is the interest. You see, when they were talking about 5G, Meta talked about 5G, Elon Musk talked about 5G, Microsoft talked about 5G, Samsung and Apple talked about 5G. 5G is not actually what they actually promised. They were promising things like drones, smartphones, smart cities, being able to control robots from the other side of the world, being able to do things, doctors being able to operate with robotic arms. That was what they promised. And the funny thing about it was that they over-promised. They promised so much, and they forgot that they couldn't fulfill all the promises, which was too late for them to recognize. Because they, if you ask a normal user of 4G and say, what do you want? The only thing they will just say that they want faster connection speed with less lagging. That's all. 5G, they promised us something that was over the moon, something that would never actually happen. And so, when it actually didn't happen, most of us are getting disappointed because we are expecting this, and then we got those things that we didn't need. Another thing that also affected 5G again is politics. You see, when 5G started, there were three main companies in it: Nokia, Ericsson, and Huawei. Those three companies were the ones building the foundation of 5G. But then Huawei got banned because the US said they were spying on some of their on their devices. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. But you see, the moment Huawei got banned, Huawei's ban did not just affect it. It was what the US did to Huawei that actually affected everything. US went to the extent of removing all the Huawei poles, Huawei cables, Huawei's broadband masts in everywhere, even to the extent of burning those they couldn't remove. That was what the US did. So even if those TV companies were actually going to bring 5G to a reality, Huawei being banned took 5G backward, at least to the level of 4G 2.0, took 5G back to that level. And it was really so, everything we actually were thinking about 5G already became broken at that instant. And 5G connection is actually one of the major things that also affect it, especially when it comes to the range. You see, 4G has a good millimeter wave. 5G has a smaller millimeter wave, so that means that it can carry much more energy at a shorter distance. But you see, there are two reasons why 5G's range is not that good. Because anytime it's flowing, because it's a very, very tiny wave, once you're at the other side of a wall, it can get easily blocked by the wall. And that's because it is very, very small, passing through the millimeter wave. It is very, very small. So you can be at one side of a wall and be receiving 50 millimeter wave, 50 millimeter, while at the other side, maybe 200 gigabits that are actually coming towards you. It is that bad. But there are two things that is one of the major causes under the roof. First of all, if you decide that, okay, fine, you want to make sure that 5G gets to everybody, it will be more expensive and time consuming. Because you have to build masts on every corner, making sure that nothing gets obstructed, so you can get the full power from the 5G mast. And two, it's going to be one very, very stupid thing to spend money on when you know they can make 4G much more better and still be getting what you actually want. It's that simple. And just for them to just clear some of the perspective under the range, they decided to release something called Sub-6, which, when we do deep into it, it does more like a faster version of 4G. Yeah, 4G 2.2. And also, based on how they described it, it is now even much more confusing for us to understand what 5G really means, based on what they describe Sub-6 as. Really, really confusing. And then the last one is when it comes to the development. So, if everything above has been obeyed, it's not time for companies to now come and show us that, okay, fine, this is what we'll be working on 5G. They brought out Meta, we've seen different type of AI But because they are not there yet and they were promising, it's like making a 2050 tech with a 2015, making a 2050 technology with a 2015 software or product. That's how it was so bad. Meta is still losing a lot of money. They've lost over $50 billion to this Meta project, and still they haven't been able to achieve anything reasonable out of it, which is really, really bad. So 5G is good, but it's not actually a thing. We are still on 4G. It's more like a 4G 2.2, and also something companies just need to be used to rebrand the products. Subscribe, and I'll catch you in the very next one. Bye.